Seconds. Left.
Starting up.
All right. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United vs Norwich match reaction, which for me is very, very disappointing because too many players seem so lazy, seem so uninterested, doesn't want to show some of Ralph's philosophy if you're playing football. We did not press today. We got pressed. If anything, we were outplayed today. So lots of things have to be discussed. Obviously it's still early days for Ralph, so I'm not going to blame him too much. But with the performance in general, I am not too happy personally. So smash like on the video, subscribe if you're new. At least we got the win. Clay, initial thoughts on that match performance?
Yeah, just what a shit show. That's all I really have to say. I don't know what is happening. I don't know how this is Ralph Ragnick. I don't know how this is the football that we signed up for anymore. This is not feeling like Manchester United right now, considering we've already had a much better performance than this. So I don't know what is going on here. I don't know why this performance is happening. This should have been a very easy, comfortable win. And Norwich looked like the better team today. It wasn't even really a competition, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I agree because we did our match preview, obviously, and in the match preview, we were just saying that we expected a big performance. We expected to dominate them. The other big teams, they did put like minimum 3 goals past Norwich when they played them. And I'm not saying that, listen, it's all the end of the world that we should be panicking, but it is somewhat cause of concern that we've seen a very subpar performance from Manchester United today. And I don't know what to pin it on. I don't know what's going on, but definitely this is not what I signed up for under Ralph. And it's still early days, so I'm not going to get too mad. There are positives, obviously. We kept a clean sheet, which is something we just cannot seem to do at United. So that's 2 back-to-back clean sheets in the league, so I'm happy with that. But David had a big performance. Ronaldo did his thing. I still am happy with the fullbacks, but what is repetitive to me is that all these favorites are still a cause of concern. People like Maguire, Scott McTominay, Rashford. It's just not working for me, and it is annoying the life. Even Bruno these days. I don't know what's wrong with Bruno, but it's just not the same Bruno. And when we need to play a system, I need to start questioning like what is happening, because like I said, Ralph is great and all, and he's definitely fit for the job, and I believe in Ralph and I trust in Ralph. But I've been watching United forever, and I can tell you as a United fan who watches them week in, week out, people like Rashford need to get dropped. If you don't drop one of McFred, we will start to lose midfield battles. If we do play with Maguire, we see how much of a liability he can be today. David De Gea saved Maguire's bluffs today, so very disappointing. But Clay, did you expect Norwich to really play like that? Because if anything, I kind of feel sorry for Norwich. I'm happy that we got the win, of course, but I don't feel like we necessarily deserved 3 points today. And I think, it's a bit harsh on Norwich today, because I'm impressed. They played how I wish we played today.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at as well. It's just Norwich very much played us out of the park, and they deserved a lot more than what they got from it. So very, very disappointed in us mainly, and just all credit towards Norwich themselves. They deserve to walk away with this game. They walked all over us, and they very much played the style of football that we would want to play. They won the ball up high on the pitch, and they pressed really well, and they defended very compactly and as a unit. And they just did all these core things that should be the bare bones of what we are doing now going forward. Yeah, it's just I don't understand how it works. I don't understand how Norwich turned up, played us out of the park, more so in the style that we wanted to play, and made us look like fools, honestly.
I agree with that. I'm very surprised, but then we'll cover it more when we get into the player ratings. So without further ado, let's get into the player ratings, starting with Mr. David De Gea himself. I tell you what, man of the match off the bat. Obviously, the saves he made is ridiculous. It's almost like David De Gea at the moment is arguably the best goalkeeper in the world. His performances have been back to when it was prime David De Gea, and now I don't necessarily want that because I would like David to have an easy game again. Just chill in the back, chill in the goal, not have much to do. But if he does pull up the save and he does his job. But today was a classic old David De Gea save United from the Flashes performance, and for me, without a doubt, my man of the match. I give him a 10.
Yeah, there's nothing more you could ask for from a goalkeeper, in all honesty. So I'm more than happy with David De Gea's performance. I think absolute world beater, just top of the game right now. So I'd be surprised if there was even an argument to be had with another goalkeeper right now. So yeah, David De Gea by quite a mile right now is the man of the match for sure. And yeah, I'll agree at the 10.
Flawless from there. Got no complaints. Moving on with Alex Telles. I don't think we've seen such a good performance from Telles, but I don't necessarily think it was bad today. Again, I did prefer the Lowe's performance over Telles today, but the free kick was beautiful. It's very unfortunate that he hit the crossbar with the free kick. Wish that went in. Other than that, going forward, it didn't seem like our fullbacks were much of a threat today because it just didn't seem like we were pressing. We weren't holding the high line. It was very lackluster, like I said. But I don't necessarily think Telles was a bad performance today. And for that reason, I'll probably give Telles a 6. We did keep a clean sheet. And like I said, I wish that that free kick went in because it was going to be a worldie of a goal.
Yeah. And that's just where it's at the moment with Telles. Because I fully agree with you. I don't think it was as good as the performance of Dallo. And it was just an average performance overall from him. And yeah, I'm not sure, but there seems to be like a delay on Discord right now. Don't know what that's about. But yeah, just Telles was just average for me. I think he could have been a lot better. I think we've seen a lot better from him.
Yeah, I think there is. I think you might be a bit lagging.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. May just have to restart things if it carries on like this. But yeah, that's just where I'm at with Telles. I'm just agreeing with you and your 6. Yeah, let me just restart Discord real quick. So
okay, Telles a 6. Well, okay, cool.
So I'll just keep chatting shit about how bad.
Hopefully, I'm still alive, and if I am, I'm moving on to.
Well, I mean, you can't move on. That's kind of the issue here. Just because I'm unfortunately in charge, and yeah, let's see what I can do here, and close this thing. The drone should disappear for a second. Come back. Yeah, it looks better already.
Yeah.
I think you can hear me already. Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, there we go. Cool. That's
okay, so am I back?
Normal. Yeah, back to normal. Quick restart.
Okay,
We're
cool.
back at it.
Okay, cool. With regards to Maguire, moving onwards, I kind of feel mixed because like I said, there's so many times today where I seen the liability of Maguire, and it was very shocking. And there were some times where he did do his part of the job. He did recover well. He did, put in a good tackle here and there. But again, just subpar. And I think when we play with people like Baye and Varane, who was my first 2 choice centre backs, I think we just become more comfortable. The distribution of the ball wasn't there. But then again, nobody's distribution of the ball was there today. It was pathetic, like I said. So I'm just going to give Maguire also 6. Kept a clean sheet, so bare minimum average 6.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am. I think Maguire was just average at best, so it was just very disappointing where I'm at with him. So yeah, again, it's not the Baz that we know and love. It's nowhere near that quality at the moment, and I just want us to move forward away from him. I want to see more of Lindelof, who I will get into now, which was definitely better, but just Harry Maguire just feels like he's a liability game after game after game after game. And it very much is starting to catch up to me right now. So I'm tired of Harry Maguire. I want Barry Maguire back. And it's just how things are right now.
I need some Varane back, to be honest.
Exactly. As soon as Varane's back, I want him dropped. I don't even want to think.
There's some reports today, actually, on Twitter. I don't know how credible the source is, but they were saying that Ralph was considering dropping Maguire's captaincy and then maybe just dropping him further from that, which I hope would happen. But like I said, we'll get to Ralph. But what I've seen today it was a bit of worry. I don't think Ralph's got it in him to do that yet. So it just looks like he pays way too much attention to people like McKenna, and they won't say a bad thing about players like Maguire, Rashford, etc. So
yeah,
it'll
take something to happen. So we'll see how it goes, but I doubt that's going to happen. Unfortunately, we're just stuck in this situation for now. But yeah, just Harry Maguire, just the 6. Yeah, I can't give him any negativity just because nothing came of his mistakes. In a way.
Lack him, yeah. I think that's the thing. We can't really give him lower just because his mistakes didn't get punished today because of a man of the match performance from David Dea. So that's just the situation. Lindelof is a weird one. That's one of those games where I didn't really notice Lindelof. I know he had good distribution today, and then when he went off, it didn't look good. I don't know what happened, but it didn't look like an injury. It looked like he was struggling with his breathing or something like that. So hopefully Victor is fine. If not, there's another positive way. At least we have Baye playing well. Even though he had his dizzy moment today, he does have a Baye moment in him, a mistake in him. So at least he got it out of the way. But Lindelof, I think it's just the same with Maguire for me. That I didn't really see too much from him. The distribution was good, so I'll also just give him a 6.
Yeah, the distribution was the biggest positive from Victor for sure, but defensively I felt he was the person that was trying to actually stop it and get in the way, put in the block, put in the tackle, put in the work. This is just always what I'm seeing from Victor over Maguire. It feels like only sometimes will I see Maguire do it, and it feels like it's always Victor's job to mop up defensively and just play the whole defense by himself. So yeah, I definitely think Victor was better, but it's not hard to be better than what Maguire was tonight. So I'm just going to keep it at the 6 for now. It's still just an average performance overall.
Yeah. Moving on to Delo. Very happy with Delo. I think defensively, he hasn't been a liability this season. If anything, it looks like he's improved a lot. He looks physical. He goes into the tackle. He doesn't mess about anymore. Doesn't look like he's got a mistake even anymore. So I'm very happy with Delo defensively. That's the whole reason I love Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And offensively, he's just way more of a threat than at least what Telles was today. Thought his crossing was good. He had a good shot. We need to attack more on the right-hand side. We're still way too left-side heavy. I agree with Clay and what we've said previously on the channel. Way too left-side heavy. So I want to see more of Delo. I want to see us going down the right-hand side more. But yeah, I'm happy with Delo. I think he was the best. Well, besides that, yeah. But he was the best in the back 4. I'll give Delo a 7. I think it was just a little bit better than everyone else was there.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at as well. It's just a matter.
Number 1 right back for me. No more Aaron, I guess.
Yeah, that's a big thing as well right now when discussing right backs, because like you said, he's not a defensive liability. It looked like he made some pretty good tackles throughout the game. It looked like he actually just was a really good, well-rounded fullback, and whenever we attacked down the right, he looked dangerous. Looked like he was going to put the cross in, and it was just different from what we saw from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So I think sadly it looks like the end of the Aaron Wan-Bissaka era, and it begins the fresh and new Diogo Dalot era, which I'm very much looking forward to. Because again, I've been fanboying over this guy for a minute, and he seems to be performing to that level, and
he's living up to the potential.
He's starting to live up to the potential.
Yeah.
He's only going to go up from here, and yeah, I think more game time, more comfort in this team. He's only going to get better and better. So yeah, I think good performance from him. Definitely 7 worthy.
Well, I agree. Unfortunately, got a yellow card for my fantasy team, but it is what it is. I guess it is. It's a bad weekend, but I digress. Moving forward, Fred, can't lie. Happy days with Fred. I don't mind Fred's performances at all. It looks like it's what we kind of expected under Ralph, where there was only one person impressing today for me. That was Pastor Fred. Fred looked like he was the only guy willing to press. He was very quick to the tackle. He was very tenacious. I don't think his distribution was as bad today. I thought he was very tidy with it in the midfield. So again, happy days with Fred. I think he's definitely way better than Scott McTominay has been in the last, well, few games or last season, the season, I guess. So I'll give Fred a 7. I'm actually happy with Pasta Fred. He looks good again. He looks good.
Yeah, I hate to admit this right now, but Ralph's McFred's working right now. Ralph's McFred improved so much
for me,
with this game
Ralph
alone.
Fred is working. What about Scott? But Ralph's Fred for me is working.
I'll even say this now. Just Scott's game from this game to the previous game, immense difference. Like
I think
sat him down and showed him what he was doing wrong. Scott was so much better today than he had been. Then this is his best performance, in all honesty. Like since his brace against Leeds, this is his best performance.
We know Scott McTominay likes the Leeds, so yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just the McFred combo actually worked for once, and yeah, I thought Scott stole the show from McFred. In all honesty, I do think Fred was still decent, but I think Scott was just really on his game today. So I'll give Fred a 7 as well. Yeah, I think it was solid. I do think.
Well, while we're on the yeah. Well, finish what you were saying.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, pressed well. It felt like he was still way too sideways with his passes. It felt like he didn't quite do as much as like what Scott did going forward and trying to create chances. And I think that was a big reason as to why Bruno was so frustrated today. I think it was because Fred's lack of wanting to go forward and rather play to Victor or Maguire, and then they're just booted and hope for the best is what it felt like a lot of the time. So that's why I think Scott was better than Fred in general right now.
Okay, well, I'll go to Scott. I think for me it was the opposite. I liked Fred today. I thought that Fred going forward was actually better. I know Scott McTominay was definitely more advanced today than he was against Palace because he was in the box. He did try attempt at least 2 shots that got blocked, sadly. But again, for me, today Scott's passes were still a bit too sideways. So I think he was a little bit worse than Fred for me today. And I would give Scott a 6. I'm not saying he was like, it was like disaster class from Scott McTominay. It's just, I still don't like this pivot. I would like another midfielder there, and I just leave it like that. So
yeah, I think that's a big thing. Still needs to be said. I still would prefer Donny in either of those slots right now, and
100%.
probably
in fact,
slots.
Well, I'll get to, but yeah, I prefer Donny over Bruno as well now. But I'll get there. So.
Oh no, it's gonna go sideways real quick, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought Scott was really good today. I thought he created a lot of chances. I felt like he actually passed the ball forward and hit his marker for once. It was actually the game where all those times he would miss those through balls, he actually hit them today. And
hit a good ball to Ronaldo, which shocking he didn't hit it first time.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, I just thought his general play was a lot more advanced, which is where we see the best of Scott in general. And just where we can go, just yeah, this is the way forward a little bit, and just Scott taking that extra step to kind of try to be on the Manchester United level, if that makes sense, because he hasn't been for a while. And again, his shots, they were decent from outside of the box. One was blocked, I believe, like you said, and it was just a really good performance from him. I think he did everything you needed to do in that kind of pivot role today, so I'm happy to give him a 7.
Okay.
First time in a while that this pivot.
Well, that's his highest ratings probably this season. And this, I can't remember what we gave him for Leeds.
Yeah.
Probably gave him a classic Leeds performance rating, but I think this has been Scott's highest rating for a while. So good on you, Scott, I guess. Still would drop you, can't lie. Still sell you to Newcastle in a heartbeat, wouldn't think about it. But did okay today. Did the basics of what you would expect as a United midfielder. So happy days anyways. Oh! Bruno. A man I love, I think, a man who saved United, but a man who is not there for me at the moment and is pissing the life out of me because it's frustrating to watch. As much as he's frustrated, he is frustrating to watch. The hero ball has got to stop now on the off. It's got to stop. The passing, atrocious. Doesn't look anywhere near the level Bruno used to be. And I think today, Rashford for me is probably one of the worst players on the football pitch for me. So disappointing with Bruno. The passing is too sloppy, and I think Bruno's got to. He can do it. I don't want Bruno to stop doing it, but he needs to become more technical, and I think he has to become a bit more simple now and move the ball as a midfielder, because I believe he gave the ball away like 16 times in the first half and had a pass completion rate of 68%, which is ridiculous. Oh, let's say it, but it was for me. No, Bruno, you need to wake up. And for me, I drop Bruno. I drop Bruno for Donny even because it's just you're not performing. You're not performing for me. So I'd give Bruno. Ooh, I'd give Bruno a 4.
Yeah, just Bruno, we love you. There's no question about that. I can say that much. There's no question about our love for you right now. I don't know if Discord's dying again. Or continue. Let me do this again. Uh, yeah, Discord's dying for some reason. I think you can quite hear me. Yeah. Chat. Great time.
I can you.
Yeah, it's just super delayed right now. I don't know why, but Discord's randomly dying right now. I'm just gonna speak when you hear me. You hear me, I guess. Basically, with Bruno today, it's a case of I feel you're 100% right. He needs to start doing the small things right now. He needs to stop with this hero ball. He needs to get into the rhythm of playing in a system and being okay with the system dictating how you play versus trying to be the hero of the day, because that's what Bruno has always been under Oli. That's what has won us games under Oli. That's what has worked under Oli, and it's all fair and well right now, but things need to change. As much as it can work from time to time, it's just frustrating to watch, as you said. It's just, why are you doing that? Why are you trying to play the super complex ball when there's an easy pass? Or why are you not making yourself available in this run? Why are you trying to shoot here? Why are you trying to do this? Why are you trying to do that? It's just this mentality that Bruno needs to switch off right now. He needs to switch off this hero mentality that the game is the be all or end all on his shoulders. But I do have to say that the system still hasn't been implemented well enough to the point where someone else can compensate when Bruno isn't performing well. Because when Bruno isn't performing well, nobody's performing at all. And that's kind of what we saw today as well. So, as much as there's a lot of blame onto Bruno, I understand where he's coming from and why he has this mentality, because I felt we weren't trying to be progressive unless Bruno was on the ball. As frustrating as it was every time he gave the ball away, it was the only time we were trying to move it forward at certain stages of the game. So there's a lot of credit that needs to go to Bruno right now, but that's the only defense I really have for him right now. It's just a case that he is our only real creative outlet right now, and I don't know how we're going to fix this moving forward. I hate to say it so early on, but I'm not liking our system already. I'm not liking our formation. I don't think it's suiting our players. I think for 30 minutes against Crystal Palace, I could have said the exact opposite. But here and now, it's 2 games later, and I'm starting to see Ollie Ball just in a very ugly shape right now. So it just doesn't work. It's pushing Bruno out of position. It's making him play like he played at Ollie. So I'm very frustrated with Bruno. I will try to defend him to the ends of the earth, because this man has single-handedly won and lost us so many games throughout the season, 2 seasons that he's been here at this point. So yeah, it's poor. I can't defend that, but there's good reason behind it. Like, because again, I don't think we have a creative outlet. I think if we played a Donny in the pivot, you'd be seeing those balls not as much. You'd see Donny open up space. You'd see the two of them actually work together to make those intelligent plays, and not this just long ball and hope that we come accustomed to with Bruno. So yeah, that's just where I'm at with him. So I'm going to give him a 5.
Bruno. Like I said, for me, it's getting to a point where I drop him. I honestly would drop him for Donny because I just think Donny in that role, in the formation that Ragnar could play, I think he would probably suit better than Bruno. Bruno, it looks like he needs a smack. It looks like he needs a smack at the moment. And I love Bruno, like I said, it's very hard to criticize Bruno because of everything he's done for United so far. But it is what it is. So, no one's going to be safe from criticism at the moment. So we'll move onwards briefly from Bruno. Sancho, my boy. First half was good. I would have never in a million years substituted you again. It's so baffling to me why we brought Greenwood on, who I was going to bring on anyways, but for Sancho. Sancho looks like he's fit the system the best, arguably, you know? And I think Sancho, creativity, is probably better than Bruno for me today. You know, he suits it. Like I said, I think in that role he suits what Ralph wants, and I don't understand why he's the full guy for the substitutions, and it's very concerning. Like again, I don't know what McKenna is telling him. I don't know what the coaches are telling him. You know, all his staff, but it's a cause of concern because that's two substitutions now, where Greenwood came on for him both times, and arguably Sancho should have not been the one walking off the field. And I don't think Sancho was bad today. I'm not saying he lit up the world today, but he was not bad today. So I'll give Sancho a 6.
Yeah, I don't know where I stand with Sancho in this formation. It's weird because I only notice him in blips. It's only when he's actually like trying to create this chance that I actually see him. And this is the second game that we've come to this point where I can just go, I didn't really notice Sancho unless he was just like directly involved versus when I can see like a Bruno or a Ronaldo or a Rashford. Okay, no, Rashford's a bad example. I don't know why I use that. Where I can just see a player actually actively like doing other things, and I don't know what it is with Sancho right now, but I'm not seeing it. So it's just been average performances from me. I think maybe he is just fitting the system so well that he's just doing exactly what he needs to do, and I'm just not really paying attention because nothing is really going wrong. So it could be that you could definitely be on the money with that. But I don't know where I stand with Sancho in this. But again, he created just as many chances as Bruno today, and that's it. And I hate him switching over to the left because again, I feel like it limits his creativity. He's better on the right with his creativity. We've seen this before, and he only created his chances on the left today, and they were okay chances. They were nothing special. So yeah, I'll agree with you 6. I just think it was an average performance for him. Yeah. I'm told.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. God help me if I'd seen Rashford in real life. Yeah, God, the hiding I would love to give Rashford in his head would be amazing. It'd be amazing. I need to knock some sense into this kid because the decision making is so atrocious. The pressing and work rate is so bad. The running is so bad. It's just Rashford's bad. I just hate to break it. You know, like I said, he's just bad. He's absolutely atrocious. Mason can be way better there. I think Ronaldo is better there. I think Cavani could be better there. I think Martial's better there. We're selling Martial and we're keeping someone like Rashford. I honestly think if we switch the nationalities, it'd be a whole different story. We'd be asking like, what is Rashford doing at Manchester United? Because I'm not seeing it. What's so good about Rashford? What has Rashford offered to this team? For me, he's offering fuck all. And I think he's by far the worst player on our pitch at the moment. He does absolutely nothing. And if you take away Rashford's pace, I genuinely think he'd be a Preston player because, I don't know what it is with this kid at the moment. I don't know what it is. This is not a prime Rashford. This is very, very shocking Marcus Rashford. It's a person who should be on the bench. You should be warming up the bench. And I'm wondering if Ralph is just getting influenced by people like McKenna, where it's like Rashford is a favorite and we cannot drop him because he just might get you the match-winning goal. But I can say that about any of the United players, really, you know? So for me, like I said, they shouldn't be really favorites, and I'd give Rashford a fucking donut. Norwich's best player by far. God, don't know what it is with this guy at the moment.
Yeah, I have to say.
And I know you like it, please. So,
yeah, I have to say today's performance is it's better than what we would see under a dead Ollie. That's kind of the difference right now that I can look at as to Ralph's impact on him. I think he looked a lot more lively than we would see him under when he's performing badly in an Ollie system. I felt like he was actually active at moments. There were just moments of brightness in him still. It wasn't just he disappeared into the game and never to be seen again. I felt like he still completed some dribbles. I still feel like he tried to do the right thing at the right time. But again, his decision making needs a lot of work. We've said this for a minute. But like, where was the Rashford that played for 30 minutes against Crystal Palace? Because that guy didn't put a foot wrong with his decision making during that time. He was confident, he knew what he was doing. And this Rashford looked just confused as to what he needed to do at times.
The Ballon d'Or Rashford.
Yeah, I don't know where that is right now. So we're just in this situation where he's definitely improved under Ralph. There's no doubt about that. He's definitely improved. But it's just a case of the improvement seems so minor that it doesn't matter because it's still just a shit performance from him and he offers very little to us. It's just the occasional dribble and the speed on a counter attack. It's not productive to a system that wants to own the game. It's not productive to a system that wants to try and actually work the ball into these areas and not try to just give it away by dribbling straight into a defender, you know? So Rashford definitely poor tonight, and I think he should have been warming the bench for Greenwood, and I don't know why Sancho was the scapegoat again. I can fully agree with that. Greenwood should have come on to go play striker with Ronaldo. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with it, and I don't know why it's happening, but Rashford's playing at the moment, and it is pissing us all off, to say the least. So yeah, I am happy to give him a 4. Yeah. I don't know if everything's still up on my side. Yeah, it seems to be so. But yeah, Discord is completely dying on my side, guys. I am sorry. Let me just try properly reconnect here, and we shall get Shawnee back very shortly. But I do have to say that there's a lot of work that needs to be done right now, and I don't know how we're going to pull it off in order to become this top club right now. So with or without Rashford, we need to be improving. We need to just figure this shit out, and I don't know how we're going to do it. But yeah, I hope Ralph has the answers, and I hope that we can go into a situation where we know what's happening going forward and we're not stuck in this rut not knowing what is going on. So yeah, Discord would come through. Yeah, everything seemed to have died. I don't know if it's alive. Yeah, my Discord died. Can you still hear me though, Shawnee, if you're in chat? Because I was just about to check that on my phone. Don't know what's going on with Discord, but it's just not happy with me tonight. Seems to be back. Ah, there we go.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah, we are back. There we go.
Okay, well, I don't know what happened there, but I didn't hear your Rashford rating because I think it just cut off at that part.
Oh, that's great. I gave Rashford a 4. I just left it as a 4. There's a big Rashford rant.
Big Rashford. Yeah, no, I was listening to the stream because I knew something like the Discord died, but like I said, you know, the live stream today. Listen, it's just, you know, it's not our fault. It's just technical difficulties. It's kind of sums up United's performance if anything today, the live stream. So yeah. But anyways, Ronaldo, 10. I'm obviously gonna give him this 10 because, you know, he did his thing. He scored a goal, the goal, penalty, everything. But a more realistic and critical analysis of Ronaldo is that, well, he wins you games. You know, Ronaldo does win you games. And I think at the moment, there's only 2 people winning us games at United. And that one is Ronaldo, and the other one is David De Gea. Those are the only players who are winning us games at the moment.
Yeah.
But Ronaldo, off the ball, you know, people criticize this guy's work rate. He's relentless. His work rate is absolutely relentless for me. The way he has to drop deep. And, you know, I was even thinking about it today. You know, I'm like, it pisses me off when Ronaldo has to drop deep because that means he's getting frustrated. He's not getting enough. He's not seeing enough of the ball. But, you know, I just think, you know, at indoor sometimes, because I'm striker, or like, you know, even if you're just playing, I know this sounds ridiculous, but like if you're just playing like Become a Pro or something in FIFA, and, you know, the bots are, you know, the AI is controlling, or your team is playing bad at indoor. I also just, like, for some reason, I tend to drop deep, get the ball, and you'll notice even when Ronaldo does drop deep, the ball will come, one touch, he's released it. It's released, it's gone, and we're trying to make something happen. So that's what I like about Ronaldo. Cannot fault him. Can never fault Cristiano Ronaldo. This man is just an elite performer. He's just an elite professional. So for me, obviously, I'm going to give him a 10. He's done his job, and he's the reason we won the game. I give David the man of the match, but I'll give Ronaldo his classic 10 for me. So obviously, I'm very biased to Ronaldo.
Ronaldo kind of just deserves his Ronaldo 10 just for the day, just because that's all it is. It's basically, it just kills 10. He won us the game, and that's what Ronaldo does. So I can't say anything else about it, because you said it all. He's got fantastic work rates. His energy's there, the leadership's there. And yeah, he's still an elite player, even at his age. There's no question about it. And yeah, it's only those two winning us games right now. So he might as well get a courtesy 10 as well. Discord today.
Well, there you go. Yeah, there you go. So Ronaldo with the classic GOAT 10, just it's what Ronaldo does for a living. He comes on this channel and he gets 10s, because I hate to think what it'd be like under Ronaldo this season. Ronaldo has won so many games, and it's just scary. Our performances might not have been as good as it was previously, but you dare to wonder how much more worse it would be without Cristiano Ronaldo at United, without our match winner. So luckily we have him though. So it's not our problem. It's the rest of the league and the world's problem that we have Ronaldo. One of those things. We end off the match player ratings, with the manager rating, with Mr. Ralf Rangnick. Ralf, I'll be honest with you. I am very worried. I am very, very worried. I know you said it yourself. You can't turn this around in the short time that you have. You said it'll take maybe 2-3 weeks even before you get what you want. And I'm willing to give you that time. There's no chance I'm going to be Ralf out anytime soon. But the thing is, watching United over and over for the years and years, and I haven't missed a game for so long. The football today was absolutely shocking, and I don't want Ralf to turn into a defensive, pragmatic manager at United. I don't want that. I've seen enough. Seen Mourinho, Van Gaal, Moyes, Oli. No, not Ralf now. We all wanted off. We want to attack. We want to play good football. We want to press. Didn't see that today. The substitution is god-awful substitution. God-awful substitution. I think the team you need to pick is to be modified. I think it will get better with more training sessions. I hope. At least I hope. But word of advice to Ralf, I'll stop listening to McKenna if I was you, because I don't know what to tell you. But I don't want him to influence your decisions, Mr. Ralf. And I just think that today, getting outplayed by Norwich is not something that we can applaud. It's not something I can give you credit for, because that's shocking. I don't care how little time you have. You do not simply get outplayed by a Norwich team who's got nowhere near the quality of player that we have. And just look, the worst team. Norwich played how we was kind of supposed to play today. We were getting pressed. We were getting under pressure. And if Norwich had the quality of players that we had today, we'd probably get a hiding, to be honest, today. So, Ralf, sort it out. I think you need to grow some balls, to be honest. I think you need to grow some balls, and I think you need to put your fist down, because as soon as you let the mediocrity of United into you, because I've seen it do it with everyone besides maybe Ronaldo, because he's just on a different level. But for some reason, every time something enters United, it might start good. It might be good for now, but over time, the curse of United just spreads, and that is the reason why we're in the situation where we are now. And Ralf, oh God, you got a job on your hand. I tell you what, you got a job on your hand, Ralf. So sort it out. I love you. Don't get me wrong. I think the way you speak about your tactics, the way you want to play, your philosophy of football, it's all great. You preach the word, but it's time for action. So I think hopefully on Tuesday when we play, who we playing? Brentford, which I actually think is going to be a tougher game than Norwich. I need a better performance, because Crystal Palace, 13 minutes was good. Then it dumped. Then we had a young boys game where we played the the youth, and I thought it was all right. But again, the performance was okay, and I don't read that's like a write-off game, so it's not too much. But then today, a first team that was kind of rested played like that against the worst team in the league. And the Premier League is tough. You know, you will get hard games, but that was an Ollie performance today. You know, I'm not gonna hide it. That was an Ollie performance today. The subs were like Ollie-esque. So I'm gonna give Ralph. You gotta win. You got a clean sheet. Those are the positives. I'll give Ralph a six just for the clean sheet and the win. But that is bare minimum at United. Overall, it was not good enough. We were supposed to dominate this game. We were supposed to thump them, with all due respect to Norwich. So that's just what I think. And I'm a bit worried. I'm not going to panic yet, but I'm a bit worried. There's some signs of concern already, which is not something we want.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at right now. It's just you got us over the line. You got us the bare minimum today, and this is a team that everybody that is even remotely serious about this league has thumped along the way, and we have to win a penalty and score a goal from that just to win the game. That's unacceptable for Manchester United, quite frankly, and it's not good enough because I damn well know if Ollie put in a performance like this, I would be giving him a 0 today.
We'll be slating him, yeah. We'll probably be like individual brilliance. Fucking got away with it again. I hate him, fire him, Ollie out, 0.
Yeah, the Ralph is starting to leave a bad taste in my mouth already, and I don't like it. It's because it's very Ollie-esque. It's just we want to counter-attack. We don't really want the ball, and when we have the ball, we're confused at what to do with it. When, despite us having
we become hard
players,
to beat again, almost.
Yes, that's what it is.
Just with.
So I need Ralph to change this immediately. I don't care if it takes sacking the entire coaching staff and starting from the ground up with people from bloody League 2 right now, okay? I just want the fresh restart that we saw with the 30 minutes of Crystal Palace. I want to see more of that. I want to see us play pressing. I want us to see us winning the ball on that.
There was no press today, which is so shocking. And I'm going to check actually if Ralph said it, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, we played like we did against Young Boys, which was kids. This was a fully rested first team, as you said. So as much as I understand that this is a process, I understand that this is going to take time. He's shown regression over the course of just 2 games, and it's just not good enough right now. So I even said this a bit earlier. I'm not even enjoying the system that we're playing. I'm not enjoying the formation. It just isn't working. We're trying to play Bruno in a position that he's uncomfortable in, and then we're constantly telling him and Sancho to switch wings just because, and then sometimes Rashford's playing left wing and then Bruno's playing striker. Like, I get that fluidity is a good thing, but when you cannot break down a team, just switching players is not going to do anything. All it's doing is limiting the players that you're putting in the new position. Playing Bruno at striker isn't going to allow him to create a chance suddenly. So I don't think this formation's the one, especially against teams that are worse than us. And I think in the 2 games that we have played this formation against teams worse than us, it has shown. So I am not looking forward to what has to come in this run. Because this run of fixtures is against teams that on paper are worse than us. On paper, teams that we should walk through. And on paper, teams that Ralf Rangnick should be looking at as going 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. And if our end goal is just to play Ollie ball and just get 3 points over the line, why the hell do we sack him? I'm tired of this right now, and I don't want to be this reactionary, but there's such a poor performance, and we can't be doing this against a team that's almost 100% getting relegated. So I am not happy with this performance in the slightest. You did the bare minimum today, and yeah, you got away with it. You quite honestly got away with it.
You did get
De Gea made excellent.
What I will say to defend Ralph, these fucking players need a hiding of notes. Like, and
then he needs.
It's upon Ralph to do that, but these players need a wake up call. Oh my god.
Yep, this is why we should have gotten Ralph in before the international break. This is why we needed that time, and why we shouldn't have waited. This is why, because now we're in a situation where the players are still in this counter-attacking mentality, and he just has to kind of live with it right now. So I can definitely see both sides to it as to why this result happened, but this is just pitiful. It honestly was. This was Ollie ball at its finest, It just had some spice to it. That's all it was. It was Ollie ball with some spice. So I'm very
it has more chances created, and it can't be breached almost at the back because today it was breached, but we got away with it.
Norwich created 7 chances. I'm looking at the stats. We created 8.
No, Norwich outplayed us. Norwich outplayed us 100% today.
We only created 8 chances. We only had 13 total shots. I think 5 were on target. Yeah, only 5 were on target.
Remember 2 good chances only, and that was one Rashford's pass which went behind Ronaldo for the tapping, and the Scott McTominay through ball. That is it. That's all I can remember, really.
And then we got the pen and we won the game. I honestly think it was just Ollie ball with some spice. That's all this was. Because again, there were moments of just seeing like some nice fast-paced triangles and just going. There's actually a little bit of training in these guys, but then it was just Ollie ball for most of this game. So I don't know what it is.
Or Ralph killed them in training and they were dead. That could be the other reason. So I don't know.
I mean, they should still be performing the way that they should be performing, though. If you died in training, not gonna lie, it's just the case of if the training was that bad that it killed you mentally, you should mentally and physically, you should have it ingrained in you at that point. You should understand the philosophy.
I got some of Ralph's comments today, so let's just see what he says. Finish up your thing before I speak about it.
I'm basically done. And you can.
What'd you give him?
I'm gonna give him a 5.
5.
Only because I understand this is a process. If this was.
All he's getting like a 1 for winning the game. To be honest, he's getting like a 1 for winning the game. That's it. But Ragnick, he said for what the Lindelof thing, he said for more than 10 minutes, Victor's heart rate was higher than normal, and he was shocked, and he didn't know how to deal with it. That's why I said it did look a bit worse than what it was. So don't know what it is with Victor, but hopefully he'll be okay. He said in 3 days we have the next away game at Brentford, and it's not going to be easier than today. I 100% agree with that. Let's see. He said we have conceded the highest amount of goals in the top 10. Now we have 2 clean sheets, which is good, but we still need to improve on that away, especially against physical teams or teams that attack high like Norwich did. Said it's also a question of body language and physicality, and this is one of the major issues we could have done better today. The second half I was not happy at all at the amount of corners that we gave away, but we got the 3 points. Another clean sheet, but we still have to do a lot of work. And boys, we needed to increase the speed and intensity of the game. Clearly, they did not do that. So that's on the players. The second half was a little bit better, but at the end, we were lucky to have a clean sheet, and there were 2 or 3 clean sheet saves. Yeah, but they were there. From the start, we had control, but didn't always have the best possible solutions. Defensively, we did well. Tactically, in the first half, we did not allow them to have too many shots or chances. It was a very intense game, very physical. They played well, Norwich. They didn't play like a bottom team. We had some problems in the first 15 minutes. And that's it. Yeah, I think that's about all that Ralph had to say. So.
You know what?
Ralph knows it's not up to
the
expectations that we should have.
That's all I have to say now.
Exactly. What do you think about that?
Bump up his damn rating.
That's what I want to say. The difference is, though, that's what I'm saying. Like, it can't be Ralph. Ralph created Klopp, he created Tuchel, Nagelsmann. They all speak high about Ralph. This fucking thing needs to be sorted out within the players now. Because, can't be having it. Ralph, I told him to up the tempo and intensity second half, and he saw that. I'd be fuming. Oh my god. I'd be fuming. I might have closed like Rashford. I would have closed like Rashford. I would have speared Bruno. I would have RKO'd Ronaldo. I would have Sweet Chin Music. Everyone else. It's just it's unbelievable. I don't know how long. Ralph's got the hardest job in the world. This is the hardest job in the world. Manchester United manager. But like I said, I believe in Ralph. And now it's time to also start looking at certain players. But Ralph, you got to drop them, Ralph. Listen to the fans. Drop the players who need to get dropped and do what you got to do to get the team playing. If it's McFred and it's not Bruno and it's not Ronaldo, okay, no, Ronaldo has to because he wins us games. But if it's not Bruno and it's not some of our favorite players, like we've seen with the fullbacks, it is what it is. Performance matters more. So, yeah, I agree with what Rob said basically today. Don't think there's anything really wrong.
Yeah, that's all it is right now. It's just That's the difference in coaching right now, and that's where I can understand the process. If he can call out bullshit like that, I'm all for this. I'm happy to go through the stage where we're not winning games, where we are playing a bit like this. I'm happy to do that if he acknowledges that it's an issue, and he means so much more to me than what Ali has ever said in 2 years. So I am just beyond happy with those comments. That's exactly what you want to hear after a bad.
Yeah, Oliver would be like fine margins.
Yeah, it's just exactly what you wanted to hear after the match like this. So I'm just so happy that we're finally on board with this man, and we actually have a coach and not just someone who talks about the DNA and playing the United way and then doing nothing about it, and then poor results. Just fine margins. And now we have a manager who's willing to call the players out on their bullshit. And if they're not putting in the effort, they're not putting in the effort, and that's on them. I respect that more than anything else. That's a manager. That's where we should be. That's where we should be aiming to be. That's where we should be striving to be. When we have issues, we should know that there are issues, and we should know how to solve them. That's the thing.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna believe Ralph's word where he said, the first 3 weeks are gonna be tough, but hopefully after the 3 weeks we're gonna start seeing like close to what I really want. So I'm going to give Ralph time, obviously, because I kind of believe in Ralph more than I do with the team and just everyone else in general at the moment.
Yeah,
I can trust Ralph. I can trust Ralph. I can trust Ronaldo. I can trust De Gea. But the rest, it's in God's hands. It's in God's hands. I can't lie. It's in God's hands after that. So it's Chad. Ralph Rangnick is also the only second Man United manager to register a clean sheet in his first 2 league games in charge of the club after Ernest Mangle in 1903.
Okay.
So,
1,000 years, basically.
Yeah, what I love about Ralph is that we will win a game like today, but he's going to see the problems and he's going to call out the problems until it's a perfect game in his head. He spoke about it. As a manager or as a coach, he needed the idea of a perfect footballing game. I can definitely tell you he's not seeing it yet in the reality. So I like Ralph. Like I said, he got the win. It's probably another day we probably slip up and we lose that game, but he got the win. And I think that he needs to be given time, as normal things is with new managers. They need to be given time, implement their philosophy and everything, and hopefully he sorts it out. And I believe Ralph can sort it out. So yeah. Anything else you want to say, Clay?
It's just a matter that post conference just filled me up with so much more trust in Ralph. It's just that fully brought it back, and yeah, that's the only reason that I'm willing to give him time right now. It's because of those comments. If you can make comments like that, it means you can understand what went wrong and how we can go forward as a club, and that means so much more than anything. So yeah, it's a process. I understand that. Yeah, we just need to go through these growing pains right now and see what happens. See if we can go through this as soon as possible.
I think definitely for like the next match preview, whatever. I'm going to try lower my tens because we put our hands up.
Yeah.
We are very excited that Ralph is here in charge.
Yeah.
And we definitely know we could be thumping teams, but like I said, I guess everything doesn't just work overnight. So let's see what Ralph can do over time. And I do think I agree with Ralph. That Brentford game, I'd be stressing past Ralph, and it probably is just like I watch my team play like that today against Norwich. We have Brentford coming up. Oh Christ, almighty, we need to fix our shit quickly. So games are coming thick and fast. It's not an ideal situation for Ralph, definitely, but I believe Ralph, and I think we can. There's no reason why we don't go on at least a run and get the results over this period of time. So it is what it is. Brentford to be on Tuesday, so it's today Saturday, Sunday night. So we're doing a preview again tomorrow. Just so you guys know, we're doing a preview again tomorrow for the Brentford game. So smash a like, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications so you know when we upload videos. But yeah, I think that's all we can say for now. I think that we've analyzed everything. Mr. Maloto, again, like I said, has got COVID if anyone's wondering where he is. So wish him all the best in the comments below. Clay, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap it up, I guess?
Yep. Sorry for the potentially very shitty stream. Don't know what was going on with the technical issues. Hopefully the contents all came through all right. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy the laggy shit content more than likely, leave a like and subscribe.
Yeah, I think that's about sums it up. And yeah, I think that's it. So enjoy the rest of your day and goodbye.